Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawnsters Taste Challenge. I have two 40% alcohol brandies. Now, this one, so I'm doing the brandy series, and it's been challenging. This one is Hartley V.S.O.P, very smooth old pale. Introduced in 1943. You see they got a little Italian flag on there because it's made with Italian brandy. And it has natural flavors and caramel color added. Well, Sazerac, I'll give them one thing. They put out a lot of cheap stuff, but and also expensive stuff like Pappy Van Winkle and E.H. Taylor. But they at least they'll tell you when they're putting flavoring and stuff or caramel color. They I'll see if this is gonna focus. They don't try to hide it, you know what I'm saying? They'll just put it right there on the bottle, which is good because it's letting you know what's the story on it. Other companies won't put it, and in the case of brandy, they're not required to put that on the bottle. This bottle is a typical brandy bottle for Sazerac Company. They used to put Weller in these bottles, and they put very old Barton B.O.B in those bottles. So it's a standard Sazerac bottle. I guess you call it their bulb bottle. This is Branson Phantom. And this is a cognac brandy. This is a V.S. It's a basic one, very smooth old pale. And well, it's aged between 3 years. They say, on the average, an average of 2 and 3 years. The website saying, and it's saying, although some of the brandies, a little bit of it, it says a little bit of it might be 4 years old. And it's produced by a pretty reputable company, from what I understand, Raymond Ragnaud. I never had any of their other products, but they have their own brands. Raymond Ragnaud has their own brands, but they do contract distilling and production, and this is done for a pop rap hip hop star. One of those things, you know, they make it for him. It looks like a black bottle, but it's actually a black coating. I could start peeling it up here and peel it all the way off. But Hans G says, I'm drinking 211 and your morning wake up is not good. Laughing out loud. Is it good? It's good. I already watched all the baseball highlights. Now I got to read about college baseball, so kind of behind on what I want to do, but it's going fine. I already went walking half a mile. So Hartley V.S.O.P, very smooth old pale, usually aged between 4 and 6 years. This one probably more like 4. It says right there, Sazerac Company. They're not using an alias name on this one, although they have a tendency to do that with many of their products. They'll use like the Founders Company, Legacy Distilling Company, IWA Distilling, but it's all registered under the Sazerac Company, and you can find a database, a U.S. government database, foil cap cover. It'll say it was like 100 different alias names apparently. Buffalo Trace is their most famous alias name. And that's not really a company. It's just simply a distillery that they own. And they renamed it in 1992 to Buffalo Trace. It used to be called Shenley Industries Distillery. And then before that, it was called OFC, I think, Old Fire Copper Distillery. They had a lot of names. And frankly, a lot of different owners. But it has had the same owner for over 30 years, since I think 89, 36 years. Great. Make it 5 miles walk. And oh, well. Founders sold itself out. What do you think they will get to? Well, that was about 4 or 5 years ago. No, yeah, 4 years ago. No, it's been about 6 years, 7 years. Probably nothing will change. Okay. The Hartley, make sure this is the Hartley. That's why I put labels. Yeah, the Hartley is lighter, more of an amber, and the Branson is more of a copper. There is no website for Hartley anymore. There used to be, but they discontinued that. Branson Phantom, they go into great detail about this. And it's a pretty complicated website. It's just got a lot on it. And you could read that if you feel like it. They go into detail about the product. Price point. Hartley, you can still find it sometimes on for $8.99. True story. It's not the normal price, but it's not much higher than that. Some stores sell it. Rouse's and Winn-Dixie always have it well stocked. Walmart, I never see it there. But, you know, it's around. A lot of liquor stores do sell Hartley. And then there's a lot of flavor Hartley. Winn-Dixie carries a lot of the flavors. Pineapple, apple, and some others. I had the V.S. once, and it was not good. It was definitely not good. And I never see the V.S. anymore. Maybe they got the message that people hated it, and they stopped making it. And that was a good idea. Then there was one I found called just Hartley Brandy. Simple, Hartley Brandy. It was no V.S., V.S.O.P. And I saw that once. It was in a half-size glass bottle, but I never saw that again. So I don't know what the story was, why that changed. But I've never seen an XO. Might exist, but everybody sells the V.S.O.P. And I mean, anybody that carries Hartley going to sell the V.S.O.P. You can get the handles, the big bottle, bigger, much bigger than this, and it's glass also, and you get a better deal on that per ounce. And then, like I said, the flavorings. I can't testify to the flavors because I never had them. But those things tend to all be around the same. The apple tastes like apple. The pineapple tastes like pineapple. So I have a feeling that most of these companies that put out those flavors, they're going to have a very common characteristic. And I'm not knocking those. If people like that, that's not a problem with me. It's just I don't buy them. Typically, I don't buy them. This smells like grapes, grape leaves, and a little bit of oak. Yeah, same. Now, is Italian brandy a whole lot different than French brandy as far as its consistency, mouthfeel, flavor, aroma? And I don't know. I really don't know. France and Italy neighbor each other, for one thing. There are parts of France that used to be part of Italy, Nice and Savoy. The French regions of Nice and Savoy were part of Italy. They were never part of France until 1860, 59, 1859. And then Corsica Island, that's a French island in the Caribbean, the Mediterranean Sea. It used to be part of Genoa, so it was part of one of the Italian states. So, yeah, so there's probably a lot of crossover, I think. A lot of crossover. Oak. And they use two different types of French oak if you look at their website. And I think on this one they said they use young oak, but I don't remember why they said they did that. There was a specific reason, but I don't remember what the reason was. It was something about giving it a certain taste that they were looking for. So you can read it, like I said. Over here. Same thing, but there's like a little vanilla undertaste. It's not heavy, but it's sort of like a little sugary vanilla undertaste, which I'm thinking is that natural flavors added. Why are they adding natural flavors? I think that's pretty obvious, to make it taste better, right? But But remember now, you get a hold of any brandy, it might have flavoring added, and they don't have to disclose it. I'm telling you, you could look at your chart on the Tax and Trade Bureau. You just look up United States Tax and Trade Bureau, and there's a chart, and they show what products are allowed to have flavoring and which aren't. And then they'll say if it's allowed to have flavoring, do they have to disclose it or not have to disclose it? And they'll have that. And so brandy and rum, both brandy and rum, it'll say flavoring allowed, flavoring and or coloring allowed. Check, yes. Disclosure required. Check, no, not required. Don't know why that rule is there. And then other ones, it's a different rule. But like I said, I just don't know the reason. There's got to be a reason. But probably lobbying certain groups, pressure the government. Don't put that requirement on us. You're looking to run for re-election, are you not? Oh, yeah, okay. And they get a good donation to their campaign fund. Liquor enthusiast says, very special old product taste challenge. Yeah. So Hartley been on the market for 82 years. Never really that popular. But it does sell. And I have been to liquor stores where they had displays up. Like I was in Kentucky once, and they had a display on a rack, and it was like this month only, Hartley and the flavors for whatever price it was. And I said, okay. I didn't buy it. I just took note of that. This is the Branson though, and it's better, and it ought to be better. It runs $40 a bottle. I did get it for $11.99. I don't know why that store sold it so low. I don't think they had their stuff together, but I can't sit there and just be constantly dealing with these stores that don't have their stuff together. Hartley, I paid $8.99. All I did was wait for it to go on sale. I said, I'm not paying $10.99. I'm just going to wait. And next month it'll go on sale. And it did. And I bought it. And then it was off sale. And then the next month it'll go back on sale. They do that at Winn-Dixie. They go back and forth. On sale, off sale. All you got to do is wait it out. Yeah, it's all right. It's a lot better than it used to be. Believe me, it used to be pretty questionable. If you want to say that, I'll say it in a nice way. It used to be questionable. All right. Well, thank you. The winner. Oh, I didn't even check my labels. The winner. Definitely Branson, got it right. And we'll see what happens with these American challenges. I think I'm going to get them right, but time will tell, won't it? All right. Y'all take care. Have a great Saturday. Bye-bye, everybody.